M&A is probably always a good strategy to grow. However, a company needs to become mature enough to execute M&A, because if it's not mature enough, it will hit into a number of problems. One, the company gets to a point where it feels ready in terms of corporate governance, in terms of C-level, in terms of funding, in terms of visionary, how to grow, then a company can actually look for targets, acquire them, integrate them, put them into one business model and achieve their further goals within their roadmap.
M&A can always be a good growth strategy if one believes that the target can create value for the buyer. There's few archetypes of successful M&A transactions. One is if you believe that you can increase the performance of the target once you acquire it. Another one is if you think you can gain a faster access to a market or a faster access to a product. That also can be a very viable reason to pursue M&A. Another one is if you believe you can take out excess capacity from a market, also is a viable option for an M&A. Also, if you think you're operating in an industry which is relatively fragmented, sometimes you can create value if you try and consolidate this industry and therefore improve the pricing dynamics and the competitive dynamics in this industry. And sometimes it is a good strategy to acquire a company if you believe you can acquire this company at a lower cost than it would consume your resources to develop these products or enter these markets. With all of these archetypes, so to speak, you need to, it's a careful consideration, it's a careful analysis, and it's really on a case-by-case basis. So there is no magic formula of what it means a successful M&A.
With most of the companies, we tried out different M&A strategies, and what we do for them is structure teams, follow through the acquisition leads, do the diligence, structure the deal, the terms and conditions, the entire negotiation. We looked at the integration strategy and how this fits into the different elements of the existing business model. So essentially we help with everything, and on top of that, we put the equity to do the acquisition, but also additional funding, because it probably, not in all scenarios, it makes sense that you put all of your equity just to do the acquisition. Usually it has to be equity plus debt, and this is where we actually help a lot.
A good example of a successful M&A is our experience with BullPros. What is interesting about the case of BullPros is that we actually acquired a company which is with much larger EBITDA than ours. It was a publicly listed company in Germany. We helped to structure the deal and acquire it. And this ultimately led to a much higher EBITDA for BullPros, better margins, etc. In a sense, we're not shy of acquiring even bigger companies than ours. And ultimately, this whole M&A strategy led to a very successful exit for us.